What is happening, beautiful people? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, whenever, wherever you're tuning in. You are back with the crew. Father and Son Day, baby. How you living, Dad?
Living is good. Yeah. I spent a day up in the snow with my dogs yesterday up in the park. That was
Nice.
fun. Jesse had never been in the snow, so man, got some cool video of him running around. And it
Mm-hmm.
was pretty deep, a couple feet deep. So it was a lot of fun, gorgeous day, and we really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I'm feeling good for an old guy. I'm really excited about where the channel's going. I'm excited about what crypto's doing, and excited about talking about it with my son here today. How you doing, B man?
Man, so good. Um, the energy's good. Um, I was just I was hugging one of my best friends last night, and just what came out was mine is a life truly blessed. It is, and it was cool. Like we, you and I had a really great talk this week, and it was that vibration, and we both had this kind of really cool divine timing on what we both want with this thing, and um, I I'm just so excited to be a big part of it going forward, like my dad has been, and give you all the side of it that I have to give to you. And that is energy, and it is healing, and it is empathy, and it is community building, and it is us. Um, and it doesn't matter the topic, it doesn't matter what's on your mind or on your heart. Put it in this chat. Um, Sunday should be about that. I get to be on here with my father hanging out, who's absolutely one of my favorite people forever. Um, I hope he and I are dancing and fishing on beaches, forever. Um, I know that's going down. I'm gonna find you, man, wherever we're at. Um, uh, you know, you brought me forward, and I found you, and that's that timing, that sync. We get distant on stuff, like when I was younger, my dad moved to go do the boating thing, and he and I always just had that magnetic, that pull. I was like, man, we're gonna get back together, and we're gonna do our thing someday, and we are. We are. Every time you've moved away or I've moved away, because you moved back to California and I moved to Florida, which is kind of funny. Um, but a huge part of the pull for me to come home and be here and have this blessed life that I'm making is thanks to you, Dad. It's thanks to that connection that we have. And this week I got some hours cut back at work, and I got some opportunities to really have some time and get going on some stuff for the channel. Really excited about something that we've talked about. We'll get into that some other time, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, one that I've been discussing, and I'm going to start reaching out to people, is doing videos with all of you. It's time to let the crew shine, and do some on Patreon. We'll do some on YouTube. But I want to give you all the opportunity to be a part of this if you want to be. Um, and if you really just want to talk to my dad, and we can set one of those up. So I'm gonna really start cranking on that this week. Our Patreon members have really helped us fuel what we want to do with this channel in Vegas, and my dad being able to go to the meetup in Florida at the end of this month, and we gotta get over there and make it happen for those guys. We want to make some really cool content over there too. So
yeah,
that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be reaching out to some of you. I see Brittany in the chat. I'm gonna reach out to her. Teresa, I got your phone number. I see you in the chat. I want to call you this week just to talk and catch up. Zip's in the chat today, reaching out to him. So, and then of course, Cody and Andrew. And I know Andrew's in the chat as well. So, that'll be kind of who I reach out to first. But if you guys, any of you want to get on, Becky, you want to get on, throw me a message, throw me a call, a text, anything. I can't wait to cook with you. Cannot wait. Dad, what do you got today?
Oh man, thanks. That's all that's all great to hear. I know your hours have changed at work, so that means you're going to be able to do more stuff, and I was so excited to hear that. Things kind of come together. I know they cut your hours back, which is kind of a bummer, but all changes. What's one of my favorite sayings is change is good as a holiday. So it's very it's very good timing. I think we're a couple of months before the XRP show in Las Vegas, which you and I really need to sit down and do a bunch of homework as to what we're going to present to the people. And I think there's a lot going on in my head about all that, how we're going to do it, how we're going to achieve this. I think the people in this watching this video right now and listening to this video are going to have a big part in what we present. And I want them to have a big part in what we present.
Yeah.
What is it? All of you, all those of you who cannot make it, okay, which is numerous, to Las Vegas for whatever the reason might be. What is it you want to hear? What is it you want to see? If you could be a director of a, say, 6-hour live feed from a booth at a convention that you wish you were at, what do you want to hear? What do you want to see? What content do you want us to bring to you? That's who we are. We're a crew. We're a family. We're the XRP army or whatever you want to call all the crypto nation. We want to listen to what you want. And I think we have the platform to achieve that for you and to make you feel like you're there. And there's been a lot of ideas that have been running through my head about a bunch of different stuff. But the one thing I really wanted to make sure we do is to make sure we get what the people want. I don't care what brings me more views. I don't care what, I got, sponsorship. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is, oh, wow, I just spent 4 hours online watching a live feed from a convention that I got. That was so awesome. I can't wait for tomorrow's live feed. That's what I want. And that's really been on my mind. And now that it seems like you're going to have more time to work with me and work with maybe Simon in the background, Ron Wood, obviously, and Kat, his lovely wife, we're going to do a lot of stuff in the backgrounds to really make that happen. So I'm excited about doing all that together. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's cool. It's not even just cut back. It's like my hours got better.
Yeah, the time of day. Yeah.
Yeah, the time of day. It's like, man, couldn't have been a better time. The first question that I had to put out there to all of you is we've got a really cool list of people Dad's already connected with to be interviewed and do shows at the show, who would you want to see me talk to? Who would you want to see Alan talk to? Which video would you be most excited to click on if you saw the two of them on there? That's just kind of off the top of my head where we could start with this. We do want to make you are a part of this. This is our family thing going forward. So, and that's God, that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part. Is seeing all of you on Sundays. This is just, it's so cool. It's so cool to see all the love in the chat right now. Woo.
Yeah.
Love that you all care about each other too. Couldn't have hoped for more. Could not have hoped for more, Dad.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing. We got a good thing going here. There's so many great people in crypto, and there's been this hit me kind of hard the other day. The White House situation that happened, and I'm going to call it a situation. I don't know why I'm slouching down in my seat. There was some division immediately. Oh my God, we didn't get into, we're not a reserve, we're only a stockpile. No, man, look, we really need to rise above all that. And some of my favorite YouTube channels that I listen to, man, they dropped the ball this week. And I was like, what? Whoa, stop. What? You're shooting at your own soldiers here. Let's not do that, man. Like, that really annoyed me this week and the last couple of days. And I can honestly say that more positive feedback about the video I did Friday afternoon, yesterday morning. Wow, it blew up too, by the way. I guess I'm not surprised. But it got a ton of views, and the comments in it were like, wow, thank you so much for saying exactly what I was hoping somebody on YouTube would say and nobody said, which is the sky isn't falling. And I was really like, it was kind of a nothing burger. But like Becky said here in the chat, which is so true, you don't know what they talked about behind the camera. The nothing burger was, oh yeah, Mr. Trump, invite us here. What a great guy. We're going to change the world. Oh yeah, Mr. Trump. Oh yeah, Mr. Trump. Yeah. And then they went in the back room and they sat there for, I don't know, somebody told me 90 minutes, which is a long time, but I know there was longer than that because you don't fly all the way to DC. I know you might only had 90 minutes with the prez, which is a long time, but they were with Sachs and they were all in that room and they sat there and they talked about a lot of stuff and for a very, very long time. Yeah, exactly. And it really hit me how far we've come. And it really, more than anything else, solidified in my mind, this is done. It's done. I've known it's been done for a long time, but it really made me feel like all the patience that everybody's had, really, they got rewarded. And then all I heard was arrows swinging by my head. And I was like, what? Yeah. Whoa, what are you shooting at? Whoa, we're shooting at each other. Like, let's not, please. Let's not be those people. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's what's been on my mind the last couple of days.
Yeah, I think Zips hit it. Folks can be so short-sighted and eager to be right. The ego. They miss the macro.
Yeah.
I could have predicted on that day that there's going to be price pullback on Friday. That was my feeling inside and my sentiment. It was like, that's the perfect day for the big cats to pull in some liquid from the previous couple days and sell and buy back. You know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
And when you're worried about price, and I'm so thankful that our channel is not, and it is the macro and it is the long term. And that's what I tell all my best friends outside of this. I was talking to my friend Steven about it last night. And he asked me just these great questions and things that I'll get into later, but it's the big picture here. And the big picture is like, dude, this thing ain't going away. They're in the back room with the prez. We've all at some point probably read a document or two that are like, okay, this thing is happening. This has been happening. These things have been patented since the 80s. Since when I was born, these things have been in the works.
Yeah.
And it's happening in a big way globally. Big way. What you discussed this week down in your videos, like about collateralization and about reserve. What else are you gonna choose? What else? Everything else just feels so legacy system that's the way they're continuing to run it. This is 97% of our business, and this is how we make the bottom line, and this is how we keep pressing forward in the future. This is what we're able to manipulate. Got that? Okay, that's what we're doing right now. That's the state of the world and the adoption of blockchain and all that. But when that percentage keeps going up, and the big cats and the banks and everybody really gets it, and it looks like they are, and there's 5% of their holdings going towards it and creating products for it, and then that 5 becomes 10. 10 is insane. 10 is absolutely insane when you start doing the math and the numbers of what these companies have and what they're going to put into it. That's big. That's big numbers.
Yeah. It's that's such a great point, Brent, because when we talk about it all the time, but what's left? What are they gonna? I love the way you put that legacy. Are they buying gold? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think America is buying gold because they have a ton of it in the ground. They know where all that gold is in the ground. That's why they built military bases around it. But, that's speculation, obviously, to some degree. But like even gold. What do you get? I mean, it's a bar of gold. How do you put that on a phone? How do you transmit that? And people will go, oh no, AI is bigger than crypto, Alan. And I'm like, yeah, not really. Not really, because one is money and the other one's information. Like, yeah, it's a big deal, guys. Money, when you change the monetary system, it's a big deal, And there's, God, I don't know. You guys haven't been around long enough to remember this, probably, but I do, and I'll share it. Back in the mid 80s, right around the mid 80s, or right to 90, 87 after the crash. In fact, it was part of the crash. We had a Fed chair, Greenspan, who was a gold bug his whole life. And his father was a big time gold bug. And then he became the Fed chair, was for decades. But right in that period of time, they took money and they digitized it. And a lot of people don't know the story, but basically they took money and made it digital on banking accounts. That's when all that happened. Well, they did that. The Federal Reserve did that. The central banking system did all that. This time, whether you believe it's organic or not, it certainly at this point feels more organic than that. This to me sounds a whole lot more, or it feels, and we've been following it for so long, we know we're part of it. It feels way, way more people driven. It's not the system telling you what you're going to use next. And to whatever degree they mess that up, or they control us in the future, or centralize it more, that's really up to us, because we have a big part in a lot of this. So yeah, that's really big, guys. It's bigger than we know. And money, I had this discussion last night with somebody, and it was really important, because this person doesn't own any Bitcoin. And he asked me, I don't get it, Alan. I don't get Bitcoin. I don't like Bitcoin. I don't care for it. I don't want any of it. Do I have to have it? I said, no, of course not. You don't have to have Bitcoin. You just don't. It's like you don't have to own gold. You just don't have to. But the system's going to base energy on it. And I talk about money as being energy. Okay. And what I mean is, it's going to be like a battery. The Bitcoin's going to be like in the Federal Reserve, and it's going to be a collateralized value to where you can store value in. Okay. It's a storage element, just like gold is, just like shells were, just like beads were. You can store stuff in it because of its scarcity. But the thing about Bitcoin is it's a finite thing. We've never had a finite shell, and gold isn't finite. Okay. So this is totally different for them. But when I started to explain to him that, I said, what you're talking about with XRP is that's energy. Okay. ODL, on-demand liquidity, right? We love that about XRP. ODL makes a lot of sense to everybody in the banking community. But it on-demand liquidity is what ODL is. What's the liquidity? What is the liquidity? It's energy, right? Where do you get the value of that energy? Well, like I said in the video, you can't just expect the Federal Reserve to store all of our XRP in a Federal Reserve account. You don't want that. You and I need them to use it like a credit card. You want them to use the electricity. You want them to use that network, that point A to point B stuff, right? That's what XRP does. But it's not the value of what's going from point A to point B. And for whatever man's reason is, we need a value, okay? And I'm going to go way out on a limb with this one now. Until the day that money doesn't exist, or the energy of profitability in a system, or capitalism in a system, you need a storage of wealth. You need a way to say, I worked 40 hours, I get compensated this so I can purchase things, lighting, a home, a car, whatever it might be. You need that, right? But if we live in a world where nobody needs money and money doesn't exist, then you simply can use ODL for whatever it is, with just transactionally. There's no more profit anymore. There's no more holding of profit. There's no more accounting or storage of wealth, so that when you get older, you can spend what you've stored up, you know? That day comes, then Bitcoin won't have an existence. It won't have a necessity. But until then, we have to use something like gold, or we have to use, because what do we know about money or currency? They just keep printing it. That's not a good storage of wealth. It has not stored well. It rots really bad. It's got a hole in the bucket. Okay, so you need something without a hole in the bucket. Well, the nations are deciding as we speak right now. Our nation decided last Friday, that this bucket holds water. That's what Bitcoin is. This bucket has no leaks in it. We all agree this bucket doesn't leak. We agree on that. Sort of like we agreed back in 1972 that, we can back it on oil. That's what we did back then. We backed the US dollar on oil because we know oil has value and it has some sort of limited supply to it, and everybody needs it for every single thing. Cool. That was good. But that's very analog. We needed something more digital. We needed something more, I can move it and send it. Well, you can't send a billion barrels of oil to the next guy. You can't transact in oil. Okay. So moving accounts from one bank account to another bank account can be easily done with XRP as the railroad track, as the credit card. But what is that value storage that everybody in the world can agree, wow, that holds its value? And I had that explanation to the person last night, and they were like, oh my God, I finally get it. I finally understand what Bitcoin is. And I said, do you understand that you're not in, it's apples and oranges. They're not the same thing. And I know there's a lot of people in XRP that tell me that they want the storage of all wealth to be in XRP. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just don't. I'm telling you. That's like saying we all want the value of all things to be in Microsoft. No, Microsoft is simply a platform of technology to move stuff around. You don't want everything to be in that. You want that to be the railroad tracks, if you will. Mm-hmm. And it finally clicked with them. And instead of constantly trying to compete, they're the same thing, one has to win. No. We need to understand what was said on Friday was, this is the new gold. That's why we're going to put it in a reserve, like we put oil in reserve for a rainy day. That's what a reserve is, okay? You don't want XRP in a reserve. It would never get transacted, and then Solana would overtake all transactions, right? Anyway, that's my rant. That's my rant about what that is.
I think it's a perfect analogy. I was talking to my friend Steven last night, and he asked me the question. He's like, if you could put it into one word, like, what is Bitcoin? And I was like, I can't put it into one word, but this is the best I can do for you. It makes electricity into money. And what would have been the perfect one word? Battery. And what kind of battery? Not your, box of Duracells that you break open and you use for all your devices to move around throughout your day. It's like the generator outside. It's the Jenny, where you've got this thing that, should you need to move it in the future, like we've talked about forever, Dad, like gold bullion, to where it does hold value so well that, if you need a huge purchase on a big level, you use it, you trade it. But the need for like compartmentalization, like countries need a reserve, and they need something to be able to trade with, like a dollar, or a seashell, or XRP. And they are different, and I hope they are used differently because of the complexity of our systems and what everything is now and how we use it. I think you nailed that, man. I think there's something about we need to be able to have batteries to plug in and use, but it's also nice to have the big battery in the background that's like, okay, if I need this, I got
That's
it.
right. If you're okay, if you hold XRP, which I do, which is my second largest holding, and it's only second largest because I've owned the other one longer. If you hold it, I think it's July was the deadline on that. I'm trying to remember, but you're about to find out how important it is. Because see, there's a reason why Brad was at that table. And there's nobody else at that table that can move money like Brad can. Nobody. Nobody has 900 employees. Nobody has all the bank connections. Nobody has what he has. Do you understand, guys, what you own? It's in some ways, it's bigger than Bitcoin. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that? This is not, you don't want to be collateral necessarily. You want to be Mr. Transaction Guy. Like you want to be the network effect, right? Yeah. That's what XRP is about to become. All you need to know look into is a little thing called Fed Now. Even the ECB. I mean, as much as I dislike those people, they think they're going to come out with some technology and digitally we're going to master the technical. No, they're not. They're government employees. They're horrible at technology. They've never been successful ever at technology. They're going to adopt what? The best technology out there. And for banking transactions, there is no better than XRP. Simply put, it's the best product on the market. It has the most support. It already has the most use case. You're going to be the banking network. This is what Brad has been talking about for 10 years. He's wanted this. We don't get confused about what you own. Okay? You own something that's different than the other product. The other product had a really good Friday, but your product was in the room because it's more important transactionally. It's a big
on-demand liquidity.
It's unbelievable how big and bright your future is because he was in the room. They're going what other product are they going to use? Does Solana? Now, don't get me wrong. Currently, now these are the numbers I've been aware of. You can maybe change them if you know any better. But 80% of all the transactions on blockchain are Solana. And I think it's over 10% are Bitcoin. There's only 1 or 2% currently being done on things like Cardano and XRP. Currently. That's current day today. Mm-hmm. Why? Because the banks are the last people to roll over and adopt new technology. They're in COBOL still. They're using software from the 60s and 70s. Literally. They're going to be the last to cave. But now you have a president who says, no, we're going to upgrade all that banking stuff. We're going to make that happen. And who are the best people in America to make that happen? Gee, I don't know. I think Ripple comes to mind. Of course they do. They've been involved in our treasury. They've been involved in all of it forever, over a decade now, guys. What is Trump going to do? Come along and reinvent the wheel and say, no, I'm going to go ahead and go with, XDC instead. No, he's not going to do that. As much as I love XDC, he's not going to do that. And Ethereum's not equipped for it. Cardano's not equipped for it. Solana isn't even in banking, right? Like nobody else is equipped for it. You cornered the market of banking transactions going forward in the future. So stop trying to be Bitcoin and understand what you own, right? You don't, Bitcoin is an 18-wheel truck. You own a Ferrari. They're not the same, but one is really important because it's fast and it's good to have. It's not a storage unit. It's just not. And stop trying to use that. And I think people are getting it, but I don't think people understand how important that meeting was, because he's about to change the banking of the world. And I mean, I should have said they, everybody in the room. It's not winner take all, it's winner take most, right?
Mm-hmm.
Winner take most. Very important. Yeah.
Yep. These are all so good, everybody. These are all so good. Brad, take one for the team going into that Trump salad tossing circus. Let's cook, Alchemist. Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah, everything's coming up, Ripple. Robert.
Oh, big time.
Big time.
It's just you have to be a little more patient, right? We still have a lawsuit over our heads, which is completely ridiculous. Yeah.
Frankie's got a good question. Alan, why did Ethereum get a pass by the regulators?
I don't know. Why is there corruption in the world? That's a bigger answer than I have. I don't. Bribes, money, corruption. Clearly, it's. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. When I got into crypto, Ethereum was a bright, shining star. Ethereum did things that XRP still isn't doing, by the way. Smart contracts. 10 years ago, they were doing smart contracts. So don't get it wrong. That technology isn't stupid, right? Oh, wow, we didn't need it, this or that. But did they bribe the right people in the right rooms? Evidently. Yeah, they did. But again, let's not confuse things. XRP is not in competition with Ethereum either. They are two totally different products. They don't do the same things. This Zip's got a great question here. What do I think about stablecoin regulation? Okay. There's a lot of people getting this one wrong too. They might be getting it right. I'm getting it wrong. Let's put that out there first. I believe, and I have always believed, that stable coins are the bond market. I've said that for years now. And the reason why I see it that way, in particular what was said at the White House, or what was said right after by Sachs, I believe, said it. And he said essentially that they're going to find a way to back the US dollar with stable coins. Well, hello, that's happening now, right? Tether, right, and Circle are buying US treasuries. You buy this, you buy the treasury. You buy this, you buy the treasury. RLUSD, you buy that, they're going to buy treasuries. That's what's coming right now. The thing I don't like about this is the regulations part of it. Who's writing the regs? What are their motives going forward? Are they on mankind's side, or are they on the central banker's side? That's my biggest question with what's going on right now with regulations. So When I hear people tell me, oh, stable coins are going to represent the US dollar, they already do. That already happens now. And oh, they're going to support the entire US dollar monetary system with stable coins. That already happens. I think Tether's, I don't know, whatever, is 10th largest owner of treasuries. That's already happening now, right? So is that going to expand? Yeah. Is it going to make it pop? Yeah, probably. Most definitely, it can't slow things down, obviously. So yeah, it's all of this is like this, all these, like last month, all these planets are aligning, all of them. And you and I see the roadmap because we're in this every day. We already know what the planets aligned are going to look like. The rest of the world, you and I, I'll tell you what, in particular, Zip and like almost everybody in this chat, if we would have been at the White House for those meetings, anything they would have said would not have surprised any one of us. You're on top of this. You know where the ball is going. This is pretty simple, guys. This is not complicated. It can't be complicated because money is so vast. It's so important to all mankind. It has to be simple. You can't reinvent money. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, perilous times. Yeah. This could be, you know, and yeah, I really like your points on it, Dad, too. It's like how much greed and manipulation and corruption and all of it is out there and is going to suppress it. That's what we've seen for 15 years plus now.
That's right.
You know, we've seen a lot of shorts. We've seen a lot of old way of working with it. We've seen a lot of hate and crap on it.
Yeah. One point I didn't make that I should make is it doesn't matter what happened 10 years ago with those bribes. What matters now is who's okay. Was Vitalik Buterin at the table?
Nope.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't there, was he? Brad was there. What else do you need to know? Stop rehashing what happened 10 years ago and bribes. I hear too many channels talk about, oh man, they really jacked us up and they screwed us over. And I know the movie was brilliant. I went to the premiere. I know. I love it. And yeah, there was a misjustice done. And hopefully we can get repayment in some way going forward. But the bottom line is we're in the room now. And now, how do you feel, since you own XRP, how do you feel about Brad giving these people 50,000 coins? Because we did. So now who's bribing what? Right? Just be careful when you're slinging arrows around, right? Because now we're part of the bribe team. Just saying. I know we're perfect and benevolent and righteous and we wear the white hat. I know. I got all that.
The sun beats down upon us, you know?
Yeah.
So
Right.
in the knowing and the right. Yeah.
Pure as driven snow.
No, we're playing in the mud, man. Mud's it's Alchemist comment. Is the Brad took one, has been taking one for the team, launching both of his arms into the slop.
Right. Yeah.
To make this kind of thing a reality. This thing.
Here's another term that I want everybody to just even stop saying it.
All right.
Well, the maxis, I'm over that. Please. It makes you sound like a child. I mean, stop being it. We're not at the playground anymore. We're at the president's table. So, come on. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Yeah, well, army and all. Yeah. We're a family. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget it.
Yeah.
Don't forget it. Quick note from Money Paradise. Did anyone remember to put a tracker on Gensler before he left the SEC? Does anybody know where this guy is right now? Does anybody know where he's at?
Yeah, supposedly he's headed back to the MIT, which just solidifies my belief of what I think of the
oh, no.
universities in our nation. Look, he was told to do all that. We all know that. He's just a puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun to watch it all unfold because you've got the popcorn, you got your iced tea, and you got a lounge chair. You're there.
Yeah.
You're those guys.
There.
I mean, what do we, it's fun to try and figure out where the next piece of the puzzle is going to land and which, where it fits. But you and I are we're in the catbird seat, as they say.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting really stoked. I've mentioned it about Vegas to really pick the brains of all these companies that are going to be there, that are building something or making something to give us the ability to use it. And we've been sitting on it. It's our little egg that we're sitting on and hodling, which is kind of the reason for like the numbers my dad just gave about transactions on blockchain, and it's like, why isn't XRP and ADA being used more? Well, it's because, we're all sitting on the egg. But when we're presented with good exchanges and good wallets and good tools to be able to use it amongst each other, to be able to make it liquid when we need to make it liquid, that's going to be so clutch and key for us to go macro on together. I think in the next year, the using of it, the getting in, getting out, the security, the who we can trust to help us do that. Cody brought up a really good point earlier. A lot of sentiment I heard this week was scam stuff. I believe somebody duplicated our channel, Dad, down to like the number. We're if you ever get a comment from us, we're 2067, and somebody made a 2677 account. So scammers are right on us, guys. They're right. They're so far up there at times. If they spit, it's coming out of our mouth. Every single day I get a message or an email or a WhatsApp or something that is like, click on this. We want your help. We want to get you into this blockchain thing. And a big part of my work in Vegas, when we're not just interviewing people, is going to be going around and doing shorts and figuring out and vetting alongside all of you who we can trust to create this ecosystem in this world that is actually going to be safe for us to play in and use. And that's been my want and hope for, a blockchain world and a trade system that all the fundamentals are there. It's accountable, it's finite, it's trustless.
Yeah.
It's predicated on moving the line to decentralization. It's immutable. It's simple, but it's complex in ways that you can, create ownership. You can create smart contracts. You can, all these amazing little things that you can do. us understanding who to use and how to do it is going to be key for us because we've been
Yeah.
the ones sitting on the eggs.
Yeah.
And these eggs are going to start hatching, and it's like, okay, well, what am I going to do with it? I want to see us become those people too. That's going to be a thing, man. I don't want us to make bad moves. I just don't want to see us make bad moves, man. And people get scammed on this stuff left and right. And I'm not here to tell anybody to be afraid of scamming. I'm here to tell everybody let's not make crazy moves. Let's not get scammed. Let's be the one to continue to hold this torch of like we do want to be the righteous ones. We do want to pass down the generational wealth. We do want to help people get into it who want to get into it and give them the right kind of information and send them to people that talk about how to get into it more than Alan and I do. The right moves. So learning how to make the right moves with it and using it.
Well, you'll know it's a scam channel if they're saying intelligent things in it. That's how you know, right? Like, if they're saying really smart stuff, it's not real. That's not Brent and I.
Yeah, if they're not two monkeys, banging rocks against each other,
right?
Just turn it off.
I had a great conversation with another YouTube person. Gosh, this is a long time ago now. Well, I could use his name. Everybody in here knows who he is. But Lewis Jackson, and he and I had a great conversation off the air one day, and we were talking about AI, and we were talking about bots, and we were talking about scammers. And he said, Alan, the smartest thing you ever did was not edit your videos. And I was like, I got lucky there, bro. I got lucky because it's so important, because he went down the road of he sent them all to an editor. And the problem with them sending it to an editor is it's all become so sterile and digital, if you will. And if anyone wonders what the creaking door sound is every now and then, it's my dogs barging the door open to come in. So I heard somebody put in the chat, oh, there's the squeaky door again.
The chimps are using their bodies to battering ram the door open.
Yeah, my grammar's terrible. English is a second language of mine, basically. So let's just call it what it is. And then, he and I were laughing about it. And he goes, my whole channel didn't take off until I went back to just not editing. And I was like, exactly, man, that's it. I don't want to talk to a bot. I don't know about you guys, but I'll see a thumbnail, and I'll have some time to look at some videos, and I'll see a thumbnail, and I'll go, wow, that's an interesting thumbnail. Cool. I want to click on. You click on it, you can just tell it's a bot, and it's like, I'm not watching this garbage, man. I'm out. And some of the channels have gotten kind of big too, but I'm just like, no, man, that's not it. I want the human experience,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Jesse. Yeah.
A couple comments. Your channel has made it when you have imposters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't get it. I have all these gorgeous women on X who want to be my friends. I know I'm drop dead handsome and stuff. Yeah, that's they're just gonna always be there coming at you, and don't give them the time. Don't give them delete it. It's the cool part of having a channel and making the connections that we've gotten to make with other people, is we get to kind of science it ourselves. My dad's talked a lot about IBC and these trusts, and he's done it. He's done it. Watched him do it. And I've done everything you can do at this point with buying, selling, trading, giving away, trying to secure crypto. And if I don't have the answer, Simon's probably got the answer, or somebody else in this chat's probably got the answer for you.
Yeah.
So let's seek within our own community before we click on the hot chick that wants to give us, the next big crypto opportunity. Please.
Right. Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Or if you send me 5 Ethereum, I'll give you 10 back. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Which is another. Okay. Now I'm in a bag on traders. Okay. All these trading channels that are teaching TA, technical analysis, I like all of them. I don't care if you think they're God. Okay. There's a bunch of them come to mind, and I'm not going to throw their names under the bus, but you think they're God and they're incredible traders. Yeah, they're incredible traders. But explain to me how well they've done in the last 2 weeks. The volatility of this market has not gone well for anybody. Okay. Now, having said that, if you think that you're going to spend $29.95 a month and some guy's going to teach you how to be an incredible trader, they're lying to you. Because trading, I'm only saying this because I had an email about somebody who was saying, hey, what do you know about this TA program? And I want to learn how to trade. And what do you think about this guy? And it's a guy that Brent and I know. We don't know him personally, but we've followed his channel for a couple of years. And I said, okay, the problem with trading and being a trader is it's in your head. It has nothing to do with indicators on the board. Sort of like everything in life, right? So what sort of personality do you have? Are you cold? Are you calculated? Or are you emotional? If you're emotional at all, you're not going to make a good trader at all. You're just sorry. You cannot compete with bots if you're not cold and calculated. You just can't. You're in a lot of trouble. And I said, always remember this about when somebody tries to sell you a program. Why do they need your $29.95 a month? If they're so damn good at trading, why do they need your money? Why do they need that? You understand that if he's been a great trader for a decade, which he claims to be, he's a bazillionaire. Why does he need your $29.95? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't. And I'm sorry. I know they're great salespeople, and I know they're probably better salespeople than they are traders. And even if they are really good traders, just have them say this. Why don't you give me a live feed to every trade you make, and I'll just copy your trades. And we'll all get rich together. None of them do that. And the ones that will do that with you are probably really good traders.
Yeah.
Anyway, that just came to me. It was in my notes. I was like, I got to bring that up because people asked me on the last Thursday. I got into technical analysis, and a lot of people approached me or sent me an email about it. So,
yeah. Here we go. Atlantic, good morning to you. Love Lewis's recent video regarding cold wallet. I believe Lewis watched your recent Caleb and Brown show because Lewis was in disbelief that our coins are automatically placed in cold storage. If you guys haven't, it was kind of a normal thumbnail for my dad's trust videos, but it's the 19th episode that he did an interview with Jim, their CEO. And it's awesome. It's awesome. I learned stuff. I took notes on the whole episode. That's a really good one to check out. And we're going to be hanging out with Jim more in Vegas too. So if you haven't seen that or wanted some content or information about Caleb and Brown, go check out that video. It's about 2 weeks old now. 19th episode.
Yeah. We got Solar Sam in the house, brother.
What's up, brother?
He's going to be in Vegas. Northern's going to be in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
You will actually, I'm not sure because our itinerary is just filling up of people that we're going to talk to in Vegas, but a lot of these people you will probably see at the booth and at the live stream. Yeah. It's good stuff. B-Man, I had a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay? If you let's just say crypto just completely blows up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all the crew members in this crew here are riding off into the sunset.
Yeah.
What would you like to see happen with A, this channel, or B, our lives?
We've discussed it together. We were these people before we started the channel, and I think it's why we really did pull the trigger on it, and it manifested, and we get to talk to the people that we're talking to right now. It is to do more meetups. We've talked about it on here. Like I want to go hang out with my dad more and go fishing. Like my dad and I have never been float tubing together. I want to go float tubing, fly fishing with my father. Okay. Like I just want to do that. Got to get that done. Big picture with us is, I want to do stuff like that with you guys. Every time I've been to an event, or we had a meetup here at my house this year or last year now. It was just amazing. It was just immediately we're friends and we're eating meals together and we're talking about our lives and our families and what we want to do, and they're teaching me and I'm teaching them, and more meetups. David was at the meetup at my house. When I was speaking that out loud, it's funny because David was on my mind. Yeah. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do with this thing. And we've talked about it with this show. And I've talked about it with doing the Patreon shows, which we're going to do with everybody who wants to be a part of one. Life ain't just crypto. Life ain't just money.
No.
What are you passionate about? What do you want to pursue or seek out? I hear this one from Peaky every time I talk to him. He'll bring up something cool that he's into or that he wants to do, and I'm like, oh man, good for you. Good for you. I love that. And he's like, no, Brent, no. Good for us.
Good for us. That's right. Yeah.
And so good for us is what I'd like to pursue more when we have more money, more time, more ability. We can outreach more. What's good for us? Meetups are great for us because you make connections and you meet people, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, we never pursued that on the channel. We've had the crew come to us over the years, and we're in opportunities and the trust company and all these things that there's big opportunities yet that we haven't pursued, and we want to land in those things. I know you and I want to land in those things, Dad, and we want to share those things with the crew. That's why I'm so giddy about Vegas and just going booth to booth and showing you guys who's who. It's let's get it out there.
Yeah, right.
What do you want to do, Dad?
This one's good. From by the way, I've got to get you. Leanne Brady is absolutely one of the gems of our family and our community. I don't think the XRP family really understands who this lady is. She, like many of the other ladies, like Joanna, Becky, a lot of the people that are in the background that we don't know who they are. This is a brilliant lady right here. And by the way, this is one of the people that I want you to contact, Brent. You were asking about, should I get a hold of some people? Leanne's one of those people. But I love what she said here. That's perfect. Thank you so much. Very sharp. She understands what's going on. And by the way, she also has a motorhome, and we will be doing meetups. We are going to do that. And yes, Becky, Montana is on the short list.
Yeah.
Sure.
Never been there. Can't wait.
In particular, the Blackfoot area reservation, as I have some places I need to revisit. Those will be on that list for sure. There's so many great comments in here, guys. Meetups are, well, I'm doing them now. I mean, I'm going to one at the proper party. I can't remember who it was, but somebody said that they're going to be there. Yes, that's a good thing. Always is a long time, but yeah, Brent will have to carry on without me, I guess. Yeah. Northern British Columbia is nice. Yeah. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Northern, yeah. Yeah, well, I'd love to go back to the island for sure, since I lived there for a while. Vancouver Island.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Filming the meetups. Hello.
Oh, we kind of did last time with Cody.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did with Cody, yeah.
We did. But getting that, and you kind of did with the IBC group.
Yeah,
and
we did.
Like, but Brittany, you made me think of like the more intimate times. There was like 9 of us in my kitchen, and I heard my dad go on a rant that was so good, it blew my mind. It was like, dude, how do we not just film that right now? Like, I can't believe we're YouTubers and we didn't film that right now. It was so good. Yeah. So, yeah, that is a great idea.
I wish I could remember any of it. Yeah. No, I was talking about what money was going to be and where it was going to go and how it was going to work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can remember being in Brent's kitchen and going on for like 45 minutes and nobody did anything but listen. And I thought, wow, I must be making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the big picture. You went 45 minutes on the big, all the dots like kind of came up and it just connected and it was like, whoa, dude, I can see the code. I can see the matrix now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to film that kind of stuff, even if we don't use it.
Yeah.
Even if we leave it on the floor, we gotta get those.
Yeah. The thing about meeting people in person, it's it's so important. This whole digital social media thing is a great way for us to get to know each other, but to really meet with people and hang out around a bonfire and just chill, it's so important. It's such the human experience. that we really need to do it as much as humanly possible. Speaking of, I'm going to be in Sedona this month, 20th, 21, and 22. So if you guys are in Arizona and you want to meet up, there is a way to get a hold of me. You can get me through my email. Just tell me, hey, I'm going to be in the area. A couple of people have already reached out, so that's going to be kind of cool. I'm not sure what we're going to do exactly. Have lunch or coffee or whatever. Elizabeth's in a retreat, so I'm basically by myself all day. So we might as well have some coffee and lunch, or do something, or throw something on the grill, or just chill out. So if you guys are in that area and you have that time, let me know. Get a hold of me for sure.
Yeah. That'll be up, where the portals are at, receiving the frequencies, and like butterflies, and moths will be like floating around his head.
Right.
You guys are into that. We may have done that together before. That might have actually happened for real. So it'd be so incredible if you and Coach JV could connect, although he's in Scottsdale.
I wish I had his contacts. We met him in Vegas. Remember?
I think I got his number. I think.
You do?
Let's take a look.
Yeah, that'd be great. Also, he's a guy that I need to go hold of, because he's one of the people in Vegas that I want to interview in the booth. And I haven't spoken with him. I've only spoken to him twice at both shows, at both XRP shows. And both of them was just very, very short. Hey, man, great work, love your channel, that kind of thing. Wasn't much more than anything that. Yeah.
Tio has his contact. Yeah, I think I wrote it down on our list.
T.O. has his contact? Cool. All right. Yeah.
Oh, we're getting T.O. on the channel too, everybody, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
that's one of the things I really respect about him, is he's both XRP and Bitcoin. And he gets it. Yeah. That's what I love about him. One of the things I love about him. I think he's got a good heart and a great soul. I don't know him very well, but I'd like to get to know him more. I think he and I would absolutely have a great little conversation if we could get something recorded. It'd be great to have Brent narrate the two of us.
Yeah, I would love to do that. We're gonna be doing a lot of that too.
Yeah.
I wanna lob some good softballs up. Yeah, if you all ever have those questions, it's on us to research them and put out good content for you. That's our job in this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you want to see people. I'm fearless calling others. So
yeah,
we'll connect them.
Somebody told me that Lewis was going to try and be in Vegas this year, Lewis Jackson. And I have his, I don't know how, he and I usually just contact each other through Telegram. So, and I haven't Telegrammed in a while, but I could find out if he's going to be there or not. He'd be another guy I'd like to get in the booth for sure.
Yeah. Love Lewis.
Okay, Oak, I'm going to check out that height for sure. I'll go with that. Yeah. Yes. Coach JV has got a great message. I like his stuff. Doesn't he have the morning show or something like that? Or am I mixing him up with somebody else?
Yeah.
Good Morning Crypto or something like that.
Good Mornings with Coach or something.
Yeah, he's got something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, we're going to have Dave. I don't know how many of you are fans of Dave. Digital Outlook. He's going to be in the booth quite a bit, I would imagine. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Is there anybody you guys would like who you think is going to be at Vegas that you would like me to sit down and chat with? I know David Schwartz was brought up. Yeah, Cody, right. Well, maybe I can make that happen. But
we do have backstage passes with Alice Cooper. So
yeah, right. There's that.
I'll be behind my dad. I'll be the nerd with the camera,
Yeah.
Mr. Schwartz, do you mind?
Actually, Digital Outlook, Dave and I and Brent have become pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I talk to Dave, I don't know, not that odd, a couple times a month, something like that. When you talk to Dave, kind of when you talk to Alan's the same thing. You better be in for an hour. It's not a 5-minute call.
No. No.
It's a good thing, but yeah.
And I've said it too. Dave and Judy, I want to be married someday and be that couple.
Yes.
I want that energy. I want that passion. I want that love literally just spilling out of me around everybody I'm around. It's infectious.
It is.
And I can't wait to hug them both again and talk to them. We're doing the Vegas party with them. I know we brought that up, but their crew is going to be there. So if you're going, you're definitely going to meet Dave and Judy and their folks.
And he was going to be at the proper party, but he backed out. Not for any other reason than a really good reason. He is taking Judy on a vacation. Not to tell you his life, but yeah.
Yes, Atlantic.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I would call him.
There are so many great people. There are so many great people in our space, and we've just named, I don't know, 5 or 6. We haven't even mentioned so many other just really good people. I really don't know too many bad people in the XRP army. I just don't. There's not too many. There's a couple of channels that I used to, people would send them to me and I didn't resonate with them, but that doesn't mean that I don't know anything about those people, but their show didn't resonate with me. And that's okay. Like they do a different deal. This is another thing that came up over the last video. I have to address this. I think I'm pretty clear about this on every show I make, but evidently I'm not. I don't worship Donald Trump. I don't worship Brent. I don't worship anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Okay. That's not who I am. You got the wrong guy. So when I speak a kind word about another human being, it doesn't mean I'm like worshiping the person. I don't like everybody. I love everybody. But you have to understand, if you can't take your blinders off, or if you're feeling in the world of hatred towards another being on this planet, you're starting from a place of diminishment. You're not coming from a place of strength. You've diminished your energy in this universe. You have to climb to get to zero. You have to climb to get the level.
Yeah.
And your hatred for anybody or anything or any one thing, is keeping you down.
Mm-hmm.
So just try and be open and just say, well, I don't like these things that I've heard about this person, but what he did today or what they're about to do tomorrow benefits mankind, then I can get on board with that. Not who they are personally, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And people lately, because I've been saying nice things about Donald Trump lately, I don't know the man. There's no way I'm going to meet the man, okay? my point is what he's doing my whole life long. I'm talking about since I was 15 years old, I knew our government was corrupt. Period. I've known it my whole life, and Brent will vouch for that.
Yep.
I'm not a government guy. I grew up in a military family. I should be. I'm not a government guy. Ever, never have been. I've questioned authority my whole life long. I resonate more with criminals than I do authorities. You know, there's something about it. But my point by saying all that is this: I don't care what you think of the person personally. That's your opinion to make. That's your opinion. Good for you. I really, really care about anybody. I don't care if it was Biden or whoever, Kamala Harris, anybody who's looking into the corruption of this government, who has taken the wealthiest nation in the history of all mankind and enslaved it or enslaved its citizens with the largest debt ever created in the history of mankind.
Mm-hmm.
They're losers at what they do. And I'm talking about all the politicians that created a $36 trillion debt. They're bad at what they do. And the way I know that they're really terrible at their job is this: they indebted us $36 trillion, and our streets are terrible. Our buildings are in decay, our bridges are in decay, and we have homeless all over this nation, and we're $36 trillion in debt. Now, that is not good leadership. It's terrible leadership, and I'm not going to support the people that got us there. I'm going to support anybody who comes along and says, let's figure out what the problem is. I wanted that my whole life, and I don't care that he has orange hair. I don't care. I don't care if it's Mickey Mouse doing it. And I want you guys to understand that. Yeah. I got so much grief about saying, by the way, the only thing I said was about a dream I had about him being sworn in. And now I'm starting to think that dream might have been a third term. I don't know. But he has the possibility, because he's willing to look into what they've stolen from you and I. Think about that, guys.
Mm-hmm.
They started shooting at him. Like, that tells you everything you need to know, because the other president, which would have been Reagan, got shot at for virtually the same reason. And Kennedy. Of course, they hit the mark with Kennedy. They shoot at people that are looking at their corruption. That's what they do. That's what they're good at. Anyway, and I'm not implying that I love the man or I like the man. I do appreciate that. I think the man actually has a family. I think he cares about his kids. They're not drug addicts. They're not a mess. And I think that speaks highly of a man. You know?
Yeah.
I just do. But I don't know him personally. Anyway.
Yeah. I'll back you up, because I know my old man probably better than anyone. My dad's into the revolutionary for good. And whoever brings that forward at any time, I got major beef with the way the presidencies have gone, all of them, including Trump's last one, in my lifetime. Major beef, because I'm Alan's son, and he taught me about all of that, the corruption, and this is how you budgeted for this instead of that, and where's that going? Where's that money going? And what did you teach me, Dad? All of the money.
All of the money.
It wasn't even like, you've never taught me to be the pissed off tinfoil hat guy. You've been the conversationalist who's like, you know what, son, make it simple. Make it simple for yourself and just follow the money. And there's something where you can get, like you were saying, David, not black and white, but you can start to see the colors and you can
Yeah.
start to see how things move and how things work. And you can look at both sides. If you're looking at the whole spectrum, you can see the black and the white. And
This man
you know,
doesn't
I
vote.
recently was reminded, it's really good to stop and listen.
Yeah.
Because you can really get stuck in a moment or in a way of thinking, and you can miss a lot. You can miss a lot. And it's hard to even come on here and support any politician or any, like you throw a name out there, anybody in a positive light, somebody's getting pissed off at us.
Yeah.
Somebody is going to
That's
write
right.
us a nasty gram. And so keep doing what you're doing, Dad. I like your optimism and your sentiment and your desire to have those revolutionary changes, whoever it is, whatever time of their life they're at, to hopefully help people. That's my hope. Hopefully, this administration and
That's
the ones, the governments and the groups all over the world right now are hopefully coming together and like, man, has any of this made sense? Is this just deeper and deeper in debt until the people are completely fed up with us, or do we do something about it?
yeah. I've been wanting to do, and I'm going to do here this week or within the week or two. Okay. This is kind of a busy week I got, but I think I'm going to do one. I've been wanting to do a video that's more political, and I want to do a video that's more where the world is today, in this man's opinion, only in this man's opinion. Doesn't need to be your opinion. You and I do not need to agree on everything. In fact, it would be better for our relationship not to agree on everything. By the way, that's key. Really important to remember. Okay, I probably am going to put that on Patreon. You're going to have to. I know everybody in this chat's already in Patreon, probably, but
Mhm.
I'm going to have to put it on there because it's really on a global picture. I'm really getting a clear view of what's happening now. And I want to talk about it. YouTube is not the platform for that. This channel is not set up for that. What I really want to say, of what I hope happens and what I think is happening. And again, what I hope isn't reality. We don't know. It's what Alan hopes.
Yeah.
And it's what Alan thinks. Does that mean that's what's coming? We don't know. We don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I've got some, and it probably should be a weekly thing, but I don't know. We'll see. We've been going at this a while here, this channel, and the whole reason why we started this channel was to stay objective, because what we learned about other YouTube channels was they weren't, and they waved a banner, and that's why I'm not just an XRP channel. That I'm just not going to go there. Sorry if you don't. I have many people that don't even own XRP that watch my channel, and I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of being able to say, you know what? Doggone, I was wrong about that coin. I was wrong about that project.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of the guys who was going, hey, FTX is changing the world. Look, they're at the Super Bowl. They're at Tom Brady and all this stuff. And I was one of the people that, now I didn't talk about a lot on my channel, thank God. But I got that one wrong. I thought that was going to be great for crypto, and it could have been. But anyway, it didn't work out that way. So be careful who your heroes are.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, don't trip by the dip.
That's it.
Yeah, don't trip by the dip, baby. We are not. If you are coming to YouTube channel to see people talk about price, you've come to the wrong channel. You've come to the wrong channel.
Yep.
We know how smart you are because we were intelligent enough at one point banging rocks together to make the Objective channel. And I'm such a fan of what you do on it, Dad, because you stay big picture. And I'm always learning something from you. And you're looking at the world in a whole different viewpoint than I am. And all of you are. And so I have something to learn from you. And I hope that we're not all the same. That would be terrible. The real secret sauce in life is that we're all a little different. And we get to bring those little special things and viewpoints to each other. And it's my favorite thing. I was just telling somebody that it's my favorite thing is to be in the room with somebody else or like this and just have a conversation about anything. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it is. I'll go there with you. I'll build the bridge with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're going to start doing that this week together. I know there's so many of you that are just so brilliant. And you want to answer that question that my dad asked me of, okay, you've been sitting on this egg. Okay, you got this money, you got this time on your hands. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with your life? What do you want to see happen? What is your hope for the world? And some of those hopes I have inside of me are they're wonderful things that should be shared. And I'm going to give anybody in this chat for sure that opportunity over the years, that's the kind of community that I'm here to build. And you've been building it for us, Dad. So thank you for the objectivity and thank you for having strong stances on things. Because if you were just wishy-washy about all of it, it wouldn't hit, man. It wouldn't hit. If it doesn't make you feel something, if it doesn't piss you off a little bit or challenge you to go research it for yourself, or wow, man, I really align with that. I can't believe somebody else just said that. That's my favorite one. Yeah. It's like you're both like, that's even more incentive to go get into it and stay focused on it and us work towards something. So you inspire me, crew. And,
they do.
You've always inspired me, Dad.
They send me the best content. It's just amazing some of the stuff I read that everybody sends me. In fact, keep sending it because then I don't have to waste my time watching YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's channels I love. Some of the ones we've mentioned here today. I love them all because of the people behind the camera. I don't watch Dave's show a lot. I don't watch Zach's show a lot. I don't watch Coach a lot. But when I do, I never say to myself, wow, what a waste of time. I don't even care what they say. There's something about it. It's same with Dipito show. When I watch people that I resonate with and that I just like them as human beings, I feel like it was value to me. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There was value there. It was a fellowship or a connection between us. Yeah. So good.
Thanks, Doreen.
Yeah.
Thank you. That ain't stopping. I'm only getting better at it.
Yeah, you are.
Shedding the 20s and the 30s nonsense, right? What the world wants me to be. And it's like, no, who's the B man? My dad, my dad's been in my corner my whole life, calling me that nickname. And he's like, who's that guy? And he knew. Like you're always kind of who you are as you're growing up and turning into an adult and a person. And you've checked me pretty hard in some times, Dad, where I was getting down on myself or letting something get into my head. And yeah, I really love that comment, Becky. You know, keeping us grounded. Um, even when you throw the tough stuff out there, Dad, you know, it's grounding.
Yeah. Well, it's just one man's opinion,
Yeah,
you know, take it
yeah,
or leave it. You know, it's really not, it's not the gospel, and you don't have to live your life by it. You know, it's,
that's it.
take what you need, you know, obviously. It's really fun though, isn't it? It's just fun being the human experience with other people. It's like
Mhm.
I can. I was saying this right before we went live, Brent. But like I can remember when I used to get nervous about being on camera, and now it's like it's one of the most natural things I do now.
Yeah,
Like it's almost like when I shut the camera off, it's like all of a sudden world is around me, and I'm like, oh wow, I'm not on camera anymore. It's like weird. I know that
yeah,
sounds crazy, but anybody that does a 4 or 5 shows a week like I do, you'll get to that point where it's just like it's natural. It's just so normal. It's because
mhm.
you're just expressing who you are and what's in your head. You're not trying to be anybody. It's like, hey man, this is what I'm thinking. I don't know if it resonates with you or not, but it kind of makes sense to me. Maybe I can share it and like-minded people will get something from it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We told Cody when he started Money Paradise, um, shoot from the hip. Like in our first videos, I was terrible because I in my head it was, you know, okay, what's our topic and how do we script this, and very analytical, and I'm Chimp with rock banging on coconut, you know.
Right.
You know, I was like, and I edited our first like 50 videos, and I'm like, this is embarrassing, man. This is so bad. This is I can't believe people are watching
You
this. Like,
you struggle you
if people
struggled with
hate me,
one
you know.
you struggled with one that thankfully I don't do a lot of,
Hmm.
and that's the
Oh,
some people really struggle with that one, and thankfully I never really was too bad at that, but everybody does in the beginning because you're waiting for that next thought, and it's like you feel like you have to say something, so you say that, you know.
yep,
I
yep.
try not to even use it anywhere in my day. That way it doesn't become, you know.
I had to cut it out of my brain. Literally, I was my own. I was on the couch and I was my own psychologist, and I was just asking myself questions and working on myself to just cut it out.
And
You
there's
know,
nothing
I would say
worse.
and. I don't anymore. I really don't. Yeah, and you know what? You know what the key is? It's listening.
Yeah.
It's. I know how good my dad is. I know how talented he is doing this. Let him cook. Lean into it. And with the people in your life, like if you take anything from the B Man today, it's if there's anybody in your life that has just got that just God given talent in whatever it is that they talk about or they do, or, you know, and they ask them a question about it and let them cook. And you'll see that energy in them. And then you'll get excited about something that you'll say, and then you'll start playing catch.
Yeah.
That's all. Once I learned that, it was like I can be a great partner for my dad on this. Um, and
Yeah.
we're only gonna get better at that, man.
There's this one right here is because Zip has a channel, as everybody knows. If you haven't checked out Zip's tips, guys, really look into that show. This one right here. Um,
Brutal.
there's something about that right there that is not easy to do. that it takes, because you know what's really hardest about it? Oh, I'll just stop it. I'll just start over again. I'll just do it over again. And you're constantly messing with your head while you're just staring at a camera. It's very, very difficult thing to do. But once you get past it, it's like you just feel like you're just talking to another person, you know. Yeah. Somebody was asking me, like, for one, there's supposed to be, I don't know, a few hundred people at the proper party, and you guys all know who he is, but the guy who is running the show, and he's like, hey, do you think you could get up and just say something about yourself and do, grab the mic and at dinner for everybody? And I'm thinking to myself, dude, I just rather stare at a camera, man. Hundreds of people? What? And he's laughing at me, like, what?
That's pressure.
Yeah. He was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? You're nervous about that? Like, it's weird how you have just different things in your head that keep you from being successful, basically. And he's right. No, have you ever known your father to be shy around another human being, Brent?
Never.
like
Not one time.
Never.
Not one time.
I don't even care if they're celebrities or whatever. It's like, I don't care. Who do you think? No, I know who y'all are. Yeah.
You've hung out with more celebrities than anybody I know.
Right. Yeah. And they don't even for one, I know most of them to be, anyway, I won't criticize because
lovely human beings.
Yeah, flawed. We'll go with flawed.
Eccentric.
Some weaknesses. Yeah, we'll go with that. They're vulnerable to things. Yeah.
What popped into my head was this. My dad had one of these. It's not who he works for now or anything like that. It was back when, and well, I won't share the whole story on the internet necessarily, but he had some very eccentric needs and desires, that he liked to have satisfied. And yeah, I feel like you didn't work for him very long, Dad.
No. I want to say something that a lot of people, it's finally now I can say this. I've known this for many, 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 many years. And it's really important to everybody to understand. Hollywood is very flawed. And we're learning more today about that than we've ever known before. Okay. And I want to, how do I put this politely? Does anyone know where the word Hollywood came from?
Nope.
Most people don't. But one of the things that was part of, I'm going to use this term loosely, witchcraft in the day. Okay. Mm-hmm. They all used wands. A wand. You always use, okay, the wand came from what kind of tree? Holly. Hollywood. Their magical wands were always carved from Hollywood. So, yeah, it's a spell. They're using the wand to change, to create spell, to create, the holly bush. Exactly. Yeah. Uh-huh. There you go. And that's how they set the whole name up.
Mickey Mouse and Fantasia.
That's right. Yeah. Call that whatever you want. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's very, I could get deep into that, Evan. Trust me.
Yeah.
I've had some incredible conversations about stuff along those lines and a bunch of other stuff. But that's more for my Patreon members. I think I should get into more of that.
Mhm.
But yeah, they create reality in mankind through deception, is exactly what that is. Yeah. Yep. I tried to talk in front of people and I froze. Horrible. Yeah. You can't freeze. As soon as you freeze, you're done. As soon as you start to think that you're in trouble, it's too late.
Yeah.
You are done after that point. You are, yeah.
Becky gave a speech at the University of Montana graduation.
Nice.
Yeah. She said she wanted to throw up, but she did it. Like that girl.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big crowd.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
B-man, we should roll here.
Yeah. Let's let everybody get out.
Come up here, big boy. Come up here and say hello to everybody. Come on. Jesse, up here.
Jesse.
Come on, Jesse. Come on. Up here.
Come here.
Come on.
Jesse. There he is.
Turn around, big guy.
He's a good boy.
There's my Jesse dog.
Very handsome.
Yeah, my Jesse boy. He's a lover dog, this guy. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Just some good old-fashioned family entertainment, you know.
Have a great day, everybody. And it's a beautiful day here, so we need to get outside and get into it.
Yep.
Yep.
Have a wonderful day. Have an awesome week, crew.
Yep.
Be good to each other. Stay awesome. Ask that family member or friend that question that you know they'll light up because they're so passionate about it. Ask them that question this week.
Yeah. Thanks, Frankie, Doreen, Becky, Northern, Evan,
Leanne.
Zip, we'll get you back on the show. I want to get Northern on the show. I was talking to him about that last week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether we'll get them on Sunday's probably a good day for those. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I want to film with Cody and the Brittany and the professor if they're into it. We're gonna start right around there. I'm calling you, Teresa, this week. I'm texting you when I'm done with this.
And also Leanne.
And Leanne.
Mandatory. Both of those ladies, for sure. Ocean Waves, love you, bro. Lady, whoever. Ocean Waves, I'm guessing, I don't know. Must be a man.
That's like the perfect middle name.
Right? Leanne, yes. Brent, you got to get a hold of Leanne as well, too.
Sounds great.
Okay, guys. We
are